Luis Ortiz knocks out Charles Martin in the 6th round. Reaction. Make sure you guys hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, drop your comments in the comment section below. Boxing kicked off well. Heavyweight boxing kicked off well. 2020, 2022. Luis Ortiz, people say he's the old man. They say he's age 42. Some people creating memes of him wearing that granddad hat, calling him 52. But King Kong knocked out the Prince in devastating fashion. So what did you guys think about the fight, man? Drop your comments. I want to see what you guys think about the fight. Be sure to like my video, share my video. If you want to follow me, hit me up on Twitter at KO Boxing Vibe 1. If Instagram, official KO Boxing Vibe. And it will be good to see for you guys to follow my daily posts on those social media platforms. But Luis Ortiz, man, knocking out Charles Martin, and not before getting dropped multiple times. Let me not say multiple times, dropped twice himself, and Sky, they had to put this, it was this devastating shot that he landed that really, why the ref didn't jump in and stop this fight, nobody knows. What's he doing? Charles Martin was in no man's land, and it seems like the referee was himself, because why didn't they jump in and stop it? I don't know. I think I see like there's this thing that some of these refs do, where it's like they don't want to stop fights. It's like it's not, let me not say they've been told, but it's like they want the knockout to be like devastating. This guy, Charles Martin, he was gone. This guy was looking into outer space. He was knocked out or out on his feet, knocked out. Why was he not stopped earlier, man? It was for the benefit of himself, innit? For the benefit of himself to get stopped. But Luis Ortiz, let me just break the fight down, man. First 2 rounds, definitely giving those to Charles Martin. Charles Martin pretty much dominated the fight in the early rounds of this fight. This fight only went 6 rounds, by the way, so only passed up to halfway. But Charles Martin looked pretty good. His jabs look a bit heavy. He managed to drop Luis Ortiz with a jab. He caught Luis Ortiz with a shot that dropped him as well, similar to the shot that Andrew Ruiz got caught by Chris Arreola. So, Luis Ortiz ended up getting dropped twice, in the fight by the former IBF champion, Charles Martin. And I was thinking like, Charles Martin, this is renewed Charles Martin. He looked physically lighter than he's been in the past. His jab looked quite strong against Luis Ortiz, and I was beginning to think that maybe those 2 devastating knockouts by Deontay Wilder, taking Luis Ortiz's chin out. Because I was wondering, man, he looked his age, let's put it that way. And you have to remember, 42 is old in heavyweight boxing. He's not a young guy, Luis Ortiz. And for me, obviously he managed to get Charles Martin out of there, and leading on to the next couple of rounds, Luis Ortiz, started to look himself. He started to be quite, tight, tight in terms of his technique and things. You could just visibly see that he's the better boxer and things in that sense. But then when, he got Charles Martin, he managed to catch Charles Martin with that left hand in the 6th round. I had my super mote in my hand, I was just like, oh shoot. I was just like, to be honest, I thought Charles Martin in the run and play was just that, he was just like, to get caught like that by that left hand, and all of a sudden, he was just like, look, he was in no man's land. I was just like, I was just like, raw. I was like, this guy has got punching power, bro. I was like, Luis Ortiz has power. We saw Charles Martin getting caught by shots by Kaunaki. He didn't get knocked out, man. Luis Ortiz, in that left hand, ask Deontay Wilder. This guy, Luis Ortiz, has power. Bro, this guy hits hard, man. If any heavyweights getting caught with that shot that Charles Martin got, let's not even put it on Charles Martin. A lot of heavyweights are getting knocked out by that shot. A lot of guys are getting knocked out by that shot. So Luis Ortiz is an old guy, man, but he still hits hard. Don't sleep on King Kong. Don't sleep on this Cuban giant, man. He can still punch. But obviously, I did actually in the beginning, I did expect Luis Ortiz to win this fight. I didn't believe Charles might win the fight. He just did better than I thought he would do. But to me, I just feel like it's just a matter of time before Luiz Ortiz lands a devastating shot, and I want to see how Charles might respond. And his response was, it just wasn't, to be honest, how can you respond? You got caught by a devastating shot. That's it. Knocked out. His hand ended up getting caught. I've never seen anyone's hand get caught in the ropes like the way Charles Martin's hand got caught there. I was like, what? And to be honest, it's like he had a little bit more time because of his hands getting caught in the ropes there. But man, big up Luiz Ortiz, man. That was a great win. And the question I have is, who should Luiz Ortiz fight next? They're already talking about Ortiz fighting Hrgovic. Do you guys want to see Luiz Ortiz fight Hrgovic? Is that a good fight? Do you want to see the fight? Let's have it, man. I think that's a good IBF eliminator. Has Luiz Ortiz got another title challenge in him? If he is to beat Filip Hrgovic, and line himself up for an IBF world title shot, who would be the champion at the time that he would fight? Would he fight AJ? Is he fighting Usyk? Is he fighting all this talk about Deontay Fury dropping the WBC and Dillian White fighting Wilder? Could he somehow wind himself up fighting Deontay Wilder again in the trilogy? I don't want to see a fight like that, but it's just like, listen, once you win, you find yourself in the position at number one in the sanctioning body. You can now start talking about who's fighting who. Can Luiz Ortiz knock out AJ? Can Luiz Ortiz beat Fury? Can Luiz Ortiz beat Usyk? Can he have a trilogy and beat Deontay Wilder? Especially how vulnerable Wilder's looking. We don't really know. But all I can say is that this was a top victory, but good victory by Luiz Ortiz. Obviously, he got dropped twice, but man's 42, man. What do you expect? What, you think he's going to still have the same punch resistance after getting sparked out by Wilder twice? Obviously, he's not the same fighter, but, the last thing you lose is your punching power, and Charles Martin got served that message real quick. So drop your comments in the comment section below. What do you guys think about Luiz Ortiz's victory? Do you think Luiz Ortiz beats any of the top elite guys? Do you think Luiz Ortiz warrants, his high ranking? Because every ranking I'm seeing, Luiz Ortiz is always like top 5 all the time. And some people say, oh, Luiz Ortiz, who's Luiz Ortiz for? How can Luiz Ortiz be regarded as a top fighter? Who's he for? Crying like babies. This guy, you can visibly see when he's fighting that he's got elite skills. He's got skills, man. He's obviously got skills, so let's start paying him his dues, and at least, understand that, if this guy should get into the ring, just how many amateur bouts has Luiz Ortiz had? Nearly over 300 amateur bouts. You're telling me that some of that background, that pedigree, I don't care if they had you, you're going to be a nightmare for a lot of people. A nightmare. Even when Usyk, you were sparring Klitschko, what big names had Usyk fought before sparring Klitschko to give Klitschko those kind of issues in sparring? This is heavyweight boxing. Anything can happen. And when you have a left hand like Luiz Ortiz has, could be good night for any man. So drop your comments in the comment section below. Let me see what you guys are saying about this one. On to the next one for Luiz Ortiz. Cool.